Schumacher through Carpenter, and Dunbar are going to make contact. Caution flag going to come out.
That's the 1H of Ben Harmon. And behind him in the 155 machine out of Glasgow, Kentucky, the Phantom Race Engines, Bandits Race Cars, Neal's Core Supply. That's Peyton Harlow. They're on the time. Both of these outstanding modified drivers, Ben Harmon, been on the come up for years. Peyton Harlow in that Phantom Race Engine number 155, known around these parts of Kentucky. Harmon times in with a 14.767. His first time around, he's going to trip the trigger. Peyton Harlow right behind him. He'll go top of the board, 14.323. Harmon gets a little loose coming out of 4, going to save it. His second, 14.683, better, but not good enough. Peyton Harlow going to go quickest in the first group with a 14.289. Peyton Harlow sits at the top of the charts. And behind him, next out in the 6th machine, they call him Wild Man out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. In the Fast Track Pummelings Carlton Racing Solution, number 6, that's Calvin Carlton. And in the 28 machine, he's out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. That'll be Gary Yeager. Sitting at the top of the charts, the 155 of Peyton Harlow with a 14.289. Calvin Carlton, race super stocks, late models, he's been in it all. He'll go 15.209 his first time around right through the middle of the racetrack. Yeager goes 16.544, good enough for 4th quick. Carlton final lap at the line, 14.862, goes quick but stays 3rd. Yeager going to have some trouble coming off 4. His best lap time going to be a 16.544. Once again, Hobby Stocks. Hobby Stocks, you're up next. Rolling onto the racing surface out of Lancaster, Kentucky in the 17J machine. He's sponsored by Matt's Fresh Produce, Jordan Motorsports, Freeman Tree Services. That's Zach Jordan. And behind him in the 39C in the CNS Timber, Pointers Logging, CNC Sons Timber. That's Keegan Cup. Both these drivers, young guns, moving their way up in the ranks. Zach Jordan running 602 modifieds last year, decided to move up to open wheels. Zach Jordan goes 4th quick with a 15.183. Keegan Cup 5th quick, 15.681 for the driver out of Lancaster, Kentucky. Peyton Harlow still sitting at the top of the leaderboard. 14.998 for Zach Jordan. And Keegan Cup will improve with a 15.134, but he'll stay 5th quick. And with just 2 drivers left, the 155 out of Glasgow, Kentucky, still sitting at the top. Can one of these last 2 drivers knock him off in the 1 machine? That'll be David Adams out of Richmond, Kentucky, and a new driver in the 1 machine. He's raced Crown Vixen go-karts, but new to the modified. Out of Winfield, it'll be Cody Smith. The time to beat 14.289 for the driver out of Glasgow. First time around for David Adams. Gonna go a 16 flat, go 6 quick. Cody Smith had a good run with the Cumberland Plateau Open Wheel Modified Series here last Friday. Got into the wall that ended his night early. David Adams goes 6 quick. Cody Smith going to lay down the final time. What will he get? He'll go 6 quick with a 15.265. And that'll be it on open wheel qualifying. The driver out of Glasgow, Kentucky, sponsored by Phantom Race Engines, Bandit Race Cars, Neal Core Supply. That's the 155 of Peyton Harlow. First out in the 145 machine, Lieutenant Kentucky, Braden Noble picked himself up a win at Rockcastle Speedway last Saturday night. The season opener down there at the Rock. Behind him out of Boonville, Kentucky, Gary Anderson in the 05 machine. And out of Winfield, Tennessee, David Marler in the 57. Once again, your drivers Braden Noble, Gary Anderson, and David Marler. Noble going to come around to a 16.853 for the young gun in the 145 machine. Anderson, first lap, going to be at 18.303. 17.2 for Marler. He'll go second quick. Noble even quicker, 16.794 sets the time to beat. Anderson and Marler coming around to the checkered flag. Marler, 17.244. So your fastest in hobby stock action out of Tyner, Kentucky. The 145 of Braden Noble. Kentucky, Brian Whelan. Whelan had some trouble in the heat race last weekend, but gathered up to get a good finish in the feature. First lap for Whelan. Here we go, 18.489, 18.489 for Brian Whelan on his first lap. Phillips right around the tires, coming through 3 and 4. He's going to get the white flag waved. 22.015 for the 21 of Butch Phillips. Whelan stays with an 18.489 at the top of the charts. That's the time to beat for the 4 drivers left. Butch Phillips goes 21.664 for his time. He stays second quick. Out onto the racetrack now out of Russell Springs, Kentucky, in the 8 machine, Robert Stanton. And behind him in the 15Q regular here last year out of Frankfort, Kentucky, Bailey Corals. Stanton going to get the green flag, rip it around the top. Both drivers, Stan and Corals, coming around for their first lap, going to get the white flag. Robert Stanton second quick with an 18.562. Corals goes third quick, 18.970. Both drivers got 1 lap to catch Brian Whelan at the top of the board. Stanton says an 18.562. Coral's going to look to improve. He will, but he stays start quick with an 18.968. 2 drivers left. The 20K of Brandon DeMar and the 98 of Trace Wilson. Brandon DeMar out of Richmond, Kentucky in the 20K machine. And behind him out of Versailles, Kentucky in the 98, Trace Wilson. Wilson picking up a win down at Rockcastle Speedway last Saturday night. Brian Whelan, 18.489 the time to beat. Front wheel drive Hornets, you should be in staging. You are up after this group. Green flag waves on final group of Crown Vics. DeMar going to get the white flag, his first lap. He'll go 4th quick with a 20.061. Wilson coming around to get the white flag. He'll go 2nd quick, 18.496. Just 0.007 off your fast time. Wilson showing some speed, so has Whelan. DeMar, 19.822, stays 5th quick. Wilson, final lap. He will go quick time with an 18.397. And your fastest in Crown Vics out of Versailles, Kentucky in the 98 machine. Give it up for Trace Wilson. First onto the racetrack, Raymond Fusion out of Williamsburg, Kentucky in the 17 machine. He's sponsored by Candido's Trucking Repair. Also on the racetrack, out of Science Hill, Kentucky, in the 12 machine, Ryan Hargis. And your final car in the 7 machine, out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, Gavin Durr. Raymond Fusion, that 17 machine, rolling through 1 and 2. Sponsored by Cantino's Trucking Repair. Regular down at Thunder Mountain Speedway. Hargis here for the season opener. Picked up the top 5 finish. White flag in the air for Raymond Fusion. First lap going to go 18.166. Going to set the time to beat. And Fusion going to go 18.162. And after that last group, your fastest out of Science Hill, Kentucky, it'll be the 12 of Ryan Hargis.